stop or anything.
Okay.
That's ready when you're ready.
All right. So I'll just start off with my name's Abby. I am a junior this year. I do go to Greystone. I live in Indy. I pretty much have a pretty good life. I have 5 siblings now, and I have 2 amazing parents and a ton of animals. But if we're starting from the beginning, I was in and out of foster care all through my childhood. When I was 6 was when the fun really began, is what I like to call it. I met my now parents, adopted parents, when I was 6, about to turn 7. I was 2 months away from being 7, and they kind of were the thing that made me who I am. They were really there for me and my 2 little brothers. They constantly helped us out and things. They took us to school. They made sure everything, we were dressed appropriately and nicely, and they made sure we were clean and healthy and took us to doctor's appointments and all that. And so basically, when I was 6, about to be 7, me and my brothers had been split up, and we finally all got to reunite in the Brown household. And at this time, it was me and my 2 little brothers, and then their birth daughter, Kayla. And at first, we did not get along at all. None of us got along because we were all under the age of 8. And we fought all the time. We taught our sister Kayla how to defend herself for sure. And it was kind of hectic. We stayed there for about 3 years and a couple months, and then we ended up going home because that's what the system thought was best for us at that time. So we went home for a temporary placement, and then our birth mom decided that she couldn't keep us anymore, that she had problems going on with her health and stuff, and that she just wasn't capable of keeping 3 little crazy children. By this point, I was about 9, and my little brothers were 7 and maybe 4. So we were all pretty young, and we were very heartbroken at the fact that our mother couldn't raise us herself. So we went to our grandparents' house. That's where the court put us, and we kind of it didn't go very smoothly. That's where a lot of trauma happened for a lot of us. And then we got split up again when the system took us away from our grandparents. And then when we got taken away from them, me and my brother Nate got put back with Tisha and Billy, my parents. And then my little brother, JT, he's my half brother, he got put with his birth father, and they kind of separated us. And then at a couple of years after that, I think it was about a year, I'm not completely sure, but everything was moving pretty smoothly. We were pretty set, and we had another sister at this point who was a foster kid as well in the Brown household. And so we had a big blended family, and they decided to adopt us on October 13th, 2015. So it's been about almost 5 years now, in a month. And so we all 3 got adopted on the same day. And then my little half brother, he went back to live with our mom. And we have fostered ever since then. And I'm pretty sure my parents have been foster parents since 2009. Yeah, we continue to foster now. We love it. We have a foster daughter right now who is just amazing. And then we ended up getting my baby sister, and we adopted her in January of 2019. And she is just a little light in our lives. But Pretty much, it's just been a hectic, kind of crazy ride. The one thing that I have to say to like foster parents and stuff is like, keep kids no matter how crazy they are, because it makes them better. It's more stable. It's like a better environment if you keep the kids rather than just like giving them up if you feel like you can't take it. It's just part of being a foster parent, and that's what makes you so special, is keeping the kids. My biggest thing is you have to be patient. Patience is key with any child, especially if they are in that age range from 8 to like 16. You have to just stay with it, because there are times where they are going to be a teenager and they are going to fight back at you. But if you just give them a little bit of space when they feel like they're being bombarded with a bunch of decisions about what their future is going to be, then you have to just let them kind of sit back and relax for a second and make up their own mind rather than making up their mind for them. When you get adopted, you bond with that family that adopted you. And I think that my family specifically, even with us being from all different types of families, I think there's 4 different blended families total in our household. You can just tell we all love each other so much, and we've bonded over the years. And like my sister that we're about to adopt, or possibly adopt, we've only had her for about a year, and she's still, like, we've still bonded so much. She calls our mom and dad. It's just like, it's not a huge deal. I think people make it a big deal, like when you adopt a kid, they're not yours. They're never gonna be yours, but they will, because in that kid's mind, you're the one who was there for them. And so I think my parents have done kind of a good job with that. And they've also given us a lot of space. If we need space, a lot of foster kids do need space. They give us all kinds of space, my mom and dad do, so I just feel like they're big role models in our lives, by far. So I always wanted that reassurance that I would be adopted, or that somebody would be there for me if my parents couldn't, or if my mom couldn't pull through, and I was never able to get that reassurance, because you don't want to say, well, I'll adopt you to a child, and then their parents end up being able to get them, and then it gives them, like, it crushes both parties. So I just think that if you know their parents aren't going to be able to pull through, that's when you should give them kind of like a second option, because it just makes the kid feel better, a lot better, like knowing that they have a family that will actually love them. My goal is ultimately to become a lawyer and to become a family court lawyer. That's going to be more for the children rather than for the parents and for the social workers. There are some kids that were like me and knew what they wanted from a very small age and didn't get the opportunity to tell it because they were too young, according to the judicial system. So I just would like to change that. And the ultimate goal is to become a judge so that I can really get to be in family court with the kids and see how they are and really make decisions for the better of the children, not for the better of the parents, not for the better of the social services system, but for the children, because that is the whole point of this whole entire thing.